Let's go ahead and get started here. Hello. Hello, hello. Are you watching? It said I had one viewer and then it disappeared. Alright, I'll just wait a second. Hello? Yeah, there he is. Our axe-wielding, murderous Hylian. Ain't he great? Well, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So right now we are... Oop. I think this is after we got it. Yeah, okay. So we just received... Also, hello, Han's mother. We just received stasis. That's right. And so stasis has the ability to stop time for certain objects. Only one at a time. And of course, only for a short amount of time. So yeah, pretty simple. Pretty simple. However, it has another ability that we will get to see in a second. Oh. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Travel shield. Inventory's full. Oh. Then get rid of this pot lid, because we don't need it. Doodle-it-doodle-it-doo. Okay, the other thing you can do... we're gonna get this... Iron sledgehammer. A large iron sledgehammer was originally used for mining, but it works reasonably well as a weapon too. Actually this axe is about to break. Bam! I abandoned the pot lid. Okay, so there's a stasis also has another really cool ability, and that's it builds up kinetic energy when you hit it. So I'm going to stop time on it, and then I'm just going to hit it. See that arrow? That's the direction it's going to go when it stops. Pew! Built up that kinetic energy. Now that shit has so many uses, and speedrunners like to use it to try and jump across the map. By cutting down trees, climbing on the tree, well, first they have to launch the tree, so they have to hit the tree with stasis, hit it a couple times, and then try to grab onto the tree as it's going. Or before it goes, anyway. But apparently, and I just watched, because I've been watching speedruns lately, just because they're fun. But apparently there's an even faster way you can use stasis, and that's, I think it's called damage boosting. And that's when you let the tree hit you instead at a very specific angle, and it launches you, and then you immediately pull out your paraglider, and you go at like twice the speed. And you can just zoom across the map. It's pretty amazing. I like watching that stuff. There's like a glitch, I think, that's been patched. But if you can get one of the newer or one of the older versions, there's a glitch that allows you to like basically run without wasting your stamina. By using and abusing your whistle ability, and that's yeah, Link can whistle. The only use the whistle has is for calling your horse, of course. Horse, of course. But apparently speedrunners found out that you can just like abuse that. Hang on, I gotta watch this go. Whee! That's a traveler's boat. Oh, okay, I guess I have room for it. But they found out you can just like run and use your whistle while still going at the same speed, but not wasting stamina. So it allowed speedrunners to, keep running infinitely. And then of course they would use haste elixirs to make Link go speedier. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Plus, like, this is a game where, like, you can come up with all kinds of crazy runs. There's like no-shirt runs. I love those. just Link has to go through the entire adventure without putting on a shirt. There's, man, I don't know. There's, like, I think, like, arrow runs where, like, you're not allowed to use a regular weapon. You have to use arrows for everything. All kinds of shit. It's great. I love it. People were already coming up with speedrunning strats before the game even came out. It's great. Hiya! Well, I could possibly fight these guys. I'm a little bit better off than I was before, but It's just that, you know, gotta worry about that weapon durability. If I can explodinate them, might not be so bad. Eh. Eh. Nice. Well, that would have totally myrtleized them had this been a regular game. But this is master mode. So that weak shit ain't gonna work. I have to kill them fast. I can't just like hurt them. Like I have to kill them super fast. Because they heal like immediately. Oh. Give me that. Nice. Alright, so he died, but whatever. It is a spotty boy. He's got a decent amount of health, so I'm just gonna... Okay, he's gonna try to run up back here, but I'm gonna try and get this treasure chest first before he makes it. Amber! Cool. Alright, get moving. I don't want to fight him again. He's probably like halfway healed anyway. A lot of spear weapons that are really, really weak will just break on impact. They're kind of only useful for that reason, because they will send... If you throw a broken weapon at an enemy, it will, like, count as sort of like a critical hit. I don't know if it's actually a critical hit, but it will knock them back, at least. So, if you can find a... If you find yourself with a bunch of, like, weak spear weapons, and you're like, I don't need these. Well, they do have one use. You can throw and... basically do a critical hit on them, or at least knock them back anyway. Alright, we're coming upon the last shrine of the plateau. This will give us our last rune. And had it not been for this warm doublet, it would have been very cold up here. Oh, okay. It's actually over there. However, I think the old man is waiting up here. We can say hi. There he is. I've always wondered what this is. Although apparently there was an amber inside of it. That's odd. I never even knew that. Can I pick up... Okay, no. But is this like a grave spot? I enjoy gazing out at the world from here. Breathtaking view. This may be the best place to get a full view of the entire plateau. Use your scope to look for shrines. When you locate one, place a pin on your map as a marker. Yes, Mr. Old Man, we've been through this already. Alright, this place does serve as a good opportunity to do some fucking shield surfing. That's the wrong button. Here we go. Yeah! Shield surfing! What? Oof. Don't do that. I love shield surfing. Mad air, bruh. Weehaw. It still wears down your shield's durability a little bit, but it's pretty rad. Wow, I dodged that just barely. Also, hello. Oh, god damn it. He got 2 swipes on at me. If you're too cold, your health goes down. Yeah. If you're too cold, your health gradually goes down. So you can still live if you keep eating something. But it will go down gradually. And the same thing vice versa with places that are too hot. However, if places are super freezing, like if you jump into very, very cold water, you will die much more quickly. Come on. I don't want to use... Oh my god! Okay. Jeez Louise! Come on, man! What was I saying? Oh, if you go into freezing water, you will die much, much more quickly. Like, to a point where it'd be kind of impossible to, like, stay alive, even with eating. Same with extreme heat. If you catch on fire... Fuck off. What the fuck? Give me all your bones, your weapons, your meat, everything. Did it. Hooray for me. Oh, come on. Why can you not hit this thing? Okay, there was nothing in it. Take this, lake. It didn't even explode when it hit the ground. There we go. Adventurers League's Legitimate Wizards campaign makes adventurers locked to certain level characters. My two... oh, okay. You have to make a new character. You're eating seared steak. Oh, man, what a coinky dink. I just had some hot dogs. I don't want you in my life. I want my sledgehammer. Oh, this water. It can be a little hard to tell, but if it's kind of... if it's got a little sparkliness above the water, and if it's like a little... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Not clear, kind of foggy, kind of... like you can't see to the bottom of the water, then that means it's frozen. Or not frozen, but like freezing cold water. And it's not good to swim in. I did see those ribs, actually. And I'm craving ribs now, too. You were eating some bokoblin ribs. Also, it's next to snow. Yeah, well, there's also that. Cryonis Trial. This rune's a little bit more specific. Whereas one was moving metal objects, the other was stopping time on objects. This one is, well, a little more specific. Cryonis. Create a pillar of ice from a water's surface. Builds ice pillars that are very stable. These pillars can be used as stepping stones or as obstacles. Use Cryonis on an ice pillar to break it. So we're creating ice pillars that we can climb or use as like a barrier. But they have to be used in water. Yep. Hola. And hola. And block you. Haha. Haha. Wow, camera. I can't really see. Yeah, give me your gears. Give me your shafts. You can only have up to 3 ice pillars at a time. So there is a limitation. But it's all you really need, really. Hey-ya! Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. What dictates the pattern? I think it's just a... It's kind of just the pattern you see on a lot of the shrines, and you'll see on a lot of guardians, too. I don't know if there's a difference in the pattern. They all look... They all look pretty similar. Can they float? Yes. They can only be created in water, and they float above the water. And you can, even in deep water, you can climb on top of them and use them as stepping stones. So they're pretty useful. May the goddess smile upon you. Well, I know from my Skyward Sword history that the goddess is technically, or at least the goddess Hylia, is technically Zelda. So I do hope she smiles upon me. It's pretty cool. Also, I found out something. Apparently, Breath of the Wild has been placed on the official timeline, and they actually changed the timeline a little bit. Oh, hello, old man. So, like, I find the timeline fascinating and interesting. But I also feel like it's one of those things that's like too many people get mad about it. And I think that's useless because you don't need to know the Zelda timeline to play a Zelda game or even understand a Zelda game. So to me, the timeline has always just been this fun side thing about the lore. And I like the lore. I think it's pretty neat. But like every time Nintendo changes something about the timeline, people get pretty upset. And now people are really upset because apparently, and you know what, I saw this coming miles away. Like the way Breath of the Wild is set up, you're gonna realize that like there's a lot of elements in this game that other Zelda games have. But basically, Breath of the Wild is, I don't know if it's the beginning of it or something, but it's, the timelines are being converged. So I'm sure you're aware of the split timeline. It's split into 3 different paths because of Ocarina of Time. Apparently Breath of the Wild is the latest in the franchise. Like, it's the most... What's the word I'm looking for? It's the farthest in the future out of all the Zelda games. And apparently it takes place on a convergence where the 3 timelines are now merged together. How that works, I don't know. Yeah, most recent. Also, they moved around Link's Awakening for some reason. They moved its placement. So I didn't realize that that they were going to keep editing the timeline, but I guess that makes sense. Because when Nintendo makes a new Zelda game, they don't really care about its placement until later. They just want to, they're like, okay, this would be a cool idea, let's go with that. And then later on, they're like, okay, now let's place it on the timeline. Where the fuck should it go? So that's why it's always been kind of weird to me that people get so upset about it when things get changed. Because it's like, even Nintendo was like, put it here. Sure. So, But I didn't actually realize that Breath of the Wild was already placed. It was not placed when the game first came out, though. That was like pretty recent when they announced that it was on the timeline. You don't know why they need an official thing. I mean, I guess because people had been talking about it for so damn long. The franchise is so old. So it's just like they were finally like, all right, people, here's the deal. This is the Zelda timeline. I hope you're okay with that. I don't know. I think it's kind of neat. In fact, I'm actually kind of glad that Nintendo is handling it rather than just being like, you interpret it wherever you want. And even then, their response to Breath of the Wild was like, you interpret that how you want. So it's not like the strongest of official timeline things. I don't know. With all these ruins and smartphones, it's got to be the future. I guess so. I guess. And lasers. Don't forget lasers. And there's like some cool shit in this game. Anyway, you'll see. With this, you have now acquired all the spirit orbs from the shrines on this plateau. Oh-ho! Extraordinary! That means it is finally time. Link, it is finally time for me to tell you everything. But first, imagine an X on your map with the 4 shrines at the endpoints. Find the spot where those lines intersect. I shall wait for you there. Do you understand? Where the 2 lines connecting the shrines would cross, I will be waiting. Okay, that's a little strange, old man. You just disappeared right in front of me. Also, you, of course, knew more than what you let on. You dick! Also, what he's talking about, basically what he means is return to the Temple of Time. Because if you draw an X between all the shrines, it centers at the Temple of Time. Basically. Anyway, not exactly, though, but whatever. Now, I could just warp. Yeah, I can warp to the Shrine of Resurrection. May as well. It's actually a little bit easier to get there from here. To get to the Temple of Time from there. because I don't have that big fucking lake. I can always come back to this plateau. There is some stuff on the plateau that is better to get later on anyway. Yeah. I remember I was surprised, because I always, even before they announced the timeline, I always believed in the split timeline theory. However, back then it was just, a lot of people just suspected that it was just 2 splits. Like one split off, like you have the child era and then the adult era, and then that was it. A lot of people were not expecting there to be a 3rd timeline, and that's where the possibility of Link losing to Ganon and Ganon getting hold of the Triforce and becoming, or Ganondorf becoming Ganon the Demon King, the pig demon. Do they have Gorons in this game? They do. They also have Rito and Zora, which is where the weirdness comes in. Because have you ever played Wind Waker? Have you ever played The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker? Ooh. My goodness. Okay. Well, I may as well explain. So this is why I kind of figured this game took place on a timeline convergence, because in Wind Waker you had the Rito tribe, or the Rito race, and apparently Rito are an evolved form of Zora, which is really strange to me, or to anyone really, because, you know, Zora are an aquatic race, and yet when Hyrule got flooded in Wind Waker, because, you know, Wind Waker takes place on a giant ocean, like, you would think Zora would be in their element. They're like, oh yeah, the ocean, we can handle that. But no, instead they evolved into the Rito. The fish became birds, yeah. So it's like, that's a little strange. But in Breath of the Wild, you have both. There are both Zora and Rito in Breath of the Wild. So that shouldn't be possible. But they're there, so this told me, like, this is where I was like, okay, what if Nintendo is really getting sick of this whole split timeline thing, and they're just like, you know what, let's converge the timelines. Yeah, damn it. It's gonna be a while, I think, before I find another one of those. So, like, maybe they're sick of the whole split timeline thing, so they were like, let's converge the timelines because that would be easier, and then from here on out we'll just do a singular timeline. Also, for some reason the goddess statue was glowing. Why is that? Ah! You have conquered the shrines and claimed their spirit orbs. I can offer you great power. It appears you have claimed 4 spirit orbs. In exchange for 4 spirit orbs, I will amplify your being. So tell me what it is that you desire. Okay, so this is what the orbs are used for. Every time you gain 4, you can level up either a heart container or a stamina vessel. I'm going to go with heart. And that's really the biggest thing that the shrines are used for. I shall grant you the power you seek. In this game, they want both. I'll have to explain. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad they did it, honestly. I'm glad they did it. I like Rito and Zora. And Gorons and Gerudo. Zelda has some great races. It's pretty cool. Heart container. Your life force has been strengthened, increasing your maximum number of hearts by 1. Boop. Go and bring peace to Hyrule.
Oh!
Ah! The blessing of the goddess has made you that much more resilient, I see. Here I am. Get up here quickly. Oh, old man, you crazy. You so crazy. Gorons are my people. Gorons are a beautiful, beautiful race of big roly-poly rock people. Whoa. Old man, tell me what it is that you want to say to me.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramos Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule. A kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Tell me more, not old man.
To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age-long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away, using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power, and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the Divine Beasts, and turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, bravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
Yeah, that's the story for this one. I always get like a little bit of the sads whenever I see that scene of Zelda facing Ganon alone. And it becomes especially sad as you progress through the story and learn more about Zelda and how her side of the story went down. Yes, Kakariko is in this, but it's actually a lot different than in past games. I still really like it. Some people are weirded out by it, but you'll see. Go on. Here's the paraglider, just as I promised. Finally! Paraglider, an item that you received from the king on the Great Plateau. It allows you to sail through the sky. Press X while you're in the air to use it. Well, the thing is like, I'm only aware of 2 versions of Kakariko. And that's Kakariko from, or strike that, 3 versions. Kakariko from Ocarina of Time, which I only sort of know, because I never beat Ocarina of Time. I didn't even get really that far. It's kind of hard to go back to really old games that you didn't grow up with, and I didn't really play Ocarina of Time back in the day. I just watched my brother play it. Then there's Kakariko from Link to the Past. I remember that one quite well. Link to the Past was the first Zelda game I ever played. And then there's Kakariko from Twilight Princess, which I know very well because I played and beat Twilight Princess like 8 times. But yes, it is a little different, but I still like. I think it's still pretty cool. I don't know. Well, you'll see. Anyway, with that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs surrounding this area. Oh yeah, Twilight Princess was my jam. It was my #1 favorite until this game came out. To give you some perspective. Like, I was all about Twilight Princess as being my #1 favorite Zelda game until Breath of the Wild came around and was like, hey, what's up, boo? And I think that's it. I've told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. Yeah, I know. It's a daunting task. Destroy Ganon, my main objective. Also seek out Impa. In fact, heading towards Impa is the smart idea. Just because the road leading towards her is just a good path to take. But I finally have the fucking paraglider. With the I kept like jumping off cliff sides like early on because I was so used to the fucking paraglider that not having it was like weird. Because now I can just do this. Whee! Very useful. This item will be used a lot. Phantom Hourglass. I never beat it. I remember enjoying it, but I never finished it. I have a hard time finishing Zelda games that are on handheld. That are handheld games. If they're console Zeldas, I will probably finish them, or at the very least get very far. But if they're handheld Zelda games, I will play like half of it and then just stop. Same thing happened with Link Between Worlds. And that's a really good game, don't get me wrong. I think it's better than Phantom Hourglass even. Okay, I wonder if like... Actually, if I go to the tower, I could probably reach that. Yeah, let's try that. But I did play and beat Wind Waker, and I liked it. I played through Skyward Sword, and that game I would have loved it a lot more had some of the motion controls been optional instead of absolute. I think that game is just way too excessive on the motion controls. And some of it's fine, honestly. But just there's so much of it. What else? A Link to the Past. I remember maybe beating once. But it is pretty hard for me, but I still like revisiting it just because it's nostalgia. Okay, I might not make this, but I'll give it a shot. Or no, I think I can make it. Yeah. Are you sleeping? Whoa! Okay, I was not expecting that. Oh, that was so close. I almost died. Hyrule Kingdom. Boom. Don't you dare. Let's drop one of these. Pretty sure the Traveler Shield is better. What's up, yo? I'm trying to remember what others I've played. I remember I tried to play Zelda 2, but it was so difficult. Like I was like, I'm not getting this at all. And it's a lot different too. Oh wait, how much is the Bacallet arm? Oh, it's like 5, huh? And the original Legend of Zelda is, I don't know. I just haven't really had the strongest desire to play it. I prefer to watch people play it. Wow. Okay. Very suddenly getting a very strong weapon right now. 34 damage. It has attack up plus 8. I'm gonna get rid of this spear. Okay, so I don't need that. I don't want that or that. Yeah, now the world is completely open to us. Also, the next time I quit this game and come back to it, all the DLC stuff will become available to me. But I don't know particularly why you have to quit the game and come back, but that's just how it works. Otherwise, the DLC stuff doesn't pop up. Alright, we're gonna get into the meat and bones of this. Rusty shield. I don't need it. However, I would like this. Yup. Yeah, give me that. If you can knock... I found this out just by watching random clips, but you can normally search a guardian corpse and, like, you'll find one item. However, if you use Cryonis and flip it over, if of course it's in a body of water, it'll pop out 2 items instead of just 1 item. It's very specific, but neat. Okay, so we don't have any of the maps of this place. Oh, right, I forgot. I have bombs now. I can just blow this. I can just blow this box up. Yep. Now you got me thinking of like I'm trying to remember all the Zelda games I have played. I never played Oracle of Ages or Seasons. I've never played Link's Awakening. And I remember somebody had Spirit Tracks, and I touched it. Like I just sort of like played it for a really short amount of time, and then just like being like, eh. Hiya. Phantom Hourglass, I remember getting a decent amount into it. I think I got halfway through it. And then I got bored of it. I'm not sure if I got bored or if I just found other games. Sometimes, honestly, if a better game... A game doesn't need to necessarily be bad. It's just that if a better game comes out, then I'll just be like, ooh, I want to play that now. And I'll forget about whatever one I was playing earlier. Stop giving me traveler's bows, man. I don't need those anymore. I'm too cool for that. Spirit Tracks is probably the worst Zelda, to be honest. Though I liked the big chunky Zelda. You know, I barely remember it, but I have heard that. Oh, wait. Can I still get stuff from it? Oh, sweet. It dropped even more. That's awesome. Yeah, so I barely remember Spirit Tracks. But I do, a lot of people do say the same exact thing. It's like, it's the worst Zelda. Well, that ain't true, buddy. You know why? You know what is the worst Zelda game? The CDI games. And they've been getting a weird renaissance, the Zelda CDI games. But they're still fucking terrible. So, like, maybe, yeah, sure. Maybe they're not as bad as you thought they were, but they're still fucking terrible. Am I using the rusty claymore? Yeah, just use the rusty halberd. Sure, doesn't matter. Choo-choos! Choo-choo jelly! A gelatinous substance that came from a choo-choo. It's unusable in this state, but applying a bit of elemental stimulation will change its form. You've heard about the big chunky Zelda? No, actually, I don't. Is that from Spirit Tracks? Because I can't. Because if it is, I don't remember much about Spirit Tracks. Because I barely played it. In fact, I'm not even certain that I did actually play it. Maybe I just watched someone else play a little bit of it, and then I was just like, alright, I'm over it. I tried to use the Phantom Hourglass formula with exploration on rails, and that's all fine and good except for the rails. Rails don't allow exploration. Yeah. That's actually the complaints Skyward Sword got, and that's how we got Breath of the Wild. Was like some of its biggest complaints was that it's a pretty linear Zelda game, and it's very true. Skyward Sword's pretty linear. There's still a little bit of exploration allowed, but okay, that is very clearly a treasure chest sticking in the ground. Come on, come on. There we go. Give me your goods. Zelda is chunky in that game. How come I don't remember this? You would think I would know this. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. She possesses a what are they called? Like a phantom knight or something, or some kind of shadow knight. I forgot she's in like. Well, I mean, it is called Spirit Tracks. So it's all about the spirit, yo. Uh-oh, he's about to hurt me. I think, okay, I think maybe I did actually play a little bit of it. But, hey, 20 rupees. I finally have some rupees. Yeah, you don't find much rupees on their own on the world. You'll find treasure chests and stuff, but you don't really find them as often, like, inside pots or anything. Instead, the best way to make money in this world is to sell your materials. But you still find rupees in the world. Phone about to die. I'm actually surprised how wide awake I am. And it's midnight. I'm just like wired right now. Traveler's shield is badly damaged. Well, I guess I'll just keep going until your phone dies. Rusty halberd. I like halberds. I don't know if I really need a torch right now. But any kind of rusty weapon's gonna break really fast. Oh, got some guys in the field. I'm gonna leave them alone though for now. Oh. Hi. Hello, Choo Choo. Deer! I want to cook it! Nice! Aw yeah, raw prime meat. A fresh, high-quality piece of animal meat. This stuff isn't easy to come by, so savor it. Cook it to recover more hearts. Okay, that music means I'm being... Okay, I don't want to waste my cool broadsword on you. Oh, that's right. Link ragdolls in this game. Which was something like just really caught me off guard the first time I played this game. Because I'm used to like an animation playing when Link dies or when he hits the ground. So I was just really surprised when he started ragdolling. Oh, what's that? Wow, there's lots of rush rooms over here. That's not what I wanted. Okay, we're still trying to head towards Kakariko. But we should find... finally, I might be finally starting to feel tired. We should find a tower though, because we are currently sitting on a chunk of map that we cannot see anything for. However, I've got this weird pillar up here. It is not a tower. I don't know if I have enough stamina to get up here, but we'll see. Look at this boy go. How is he able to get a grip on this thing? Amazing. Oh, I see. I'm guessing your phone just died. Well, I should probably stop soon anyway. Wow, I made it. Oh, nice. Precious blue gem mined from natural rock formations. Sapphires contain the very essence of ice. They've been known to fetch a high price since ancient times. Wow, I'm glad I got that before it started raining, though. Had I got that... Oh, you're still here. Okay. Had I not gotten up by the time it started raining, I would have not been able to make it at all. Okay, that's our next destination, is that tower. So we can see where we're going. There is that over there, though. Curious. Let us check it out. I'm hoping for better, I don't know, shields. Or maybe more sapphires. I don't know. We'll see. What secrets do you hold? I like that too. I like that weather affects everything. You're gonna see a couple things that are pretty neat about the weather mechanics. So, mysterious lone rock. Gee, I wonder what's here. A Korok! You found me! Bye-bye! Ouch. That's the first Korok we've found out in the world. Check it out. Look at that. Nice long-ass bridge. And I don't think this is spoiling anything by saying this, but that right over there is Lake Hylia. But we ain't going to Lake Hylia just yet. We're gonna go this way. Just saw a shrine. Yeah, there it is. Let's do that. Also a weird rock formation in the water. That can only mean one thing. More yahahas. Okay, can I throw it normally? Oh, so close! Yes! First try. Yahaha! Doodle doodle doo! Oh. Bashkala! Shrine. Yes, please. Six Korok seeds. No orbs at the moment. I'm pretty sure that sign is for shrines. The wind guides you. Bashkala shrine. Yes, it does. Well, I have my paraglider now, so I can do this. Whee! Looks like he's about to break his kneecap on that when that happens. He's going at it so fast. Fill me with orbs, baby. This is a wholesome stream. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. Nice. Ooh. 20 damage, huh? Definitely getting rid of something. Actually this broadsword, rusty broadsword, I'm gonna get rid of, because anything rusty will break really fast. That's a big old weapon. That's a big old weapon for this little Hylian hero. That's okay. Boop! Did I get all treasure chests? I did. Hello. Yes, yes. All well and good. Give me that orb. Thank you for healing me, by the way. Uh-oh. Every time I see you disappear from Discord, I think... Oh, did her phone die? Did the phone die? Ah! Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be seeing that for a little bit. EX treasures. Those are all DLC items that they're just treasure chests that came with the first DLC pack. So, I can find all those on the map now. Yeah, give me that. Ooh. Attack plus 16. Well, okay, I guess it makes sense that I'm now very suddenly getting much stronger weapons because I'm at a point where, well, now that I've left the plateau, and the real game starts, and I'm fighting on master mode, so I need stronger weapons. But I don't want to use my sledgehammer for attacking very often. Sledgehammers are much better as a means to break ore deposits, so that I can get me some materials. Hello? Who's this? A person! Excuse me! The end is here. Oh. I may be somewhat used to seeing bad omens by now, but that, well, let's just say it's better than most. We're doomed! I mean, don't panic! Sorry, who are you? Have we met? Well, it doesn't matter who you are, really. I was getting tired of talking to myself, so you've come at a good time. Oh, really? By the by, those strange things that popped out of the ground, did you see them? I'm not talking about mushrooms here, I'm talking about those towers. They seem to have popped up all over this place. And that's not the only strange thing that's happened. Those long deserted shrines suddenly started glowing. You know what this means, don't you? The end is here. With all this craziness happening, I've been keeping an eye on that thing. Just to see if it suddenly starts moving, you know? What thing? Talking about that guardian, of course. Haven't you heard the old stories about Hyrule? See that thing over there? The one shaped like an overturned urn? That is what I'm talking about. Did you know some of them can move? One of them once chased me down and tried to kill me. This one here? No, it was a different one. One that was closer to the castle, but before the forest. When they spot you, they shoot blue beams of light at you. Man, I was so sure that was the end for me. I prepared for the worst. But I somehow managed to escape into the nearby woods. You think it was my lightning-fast reflexes that saved me? Ha, I wish. Truth is, I just got lucky. Anyway, I hear guardians like that still wander around Hyrule Castle. Be careful. Okay, what's your name? Brigo? Okay, Brigo, don't die. Man, you're right. Even the normal humans, Link is still small. He's so small. So small and powerful. How do you do that? Well, when you are being constantly reincarnated as the hero of Hyrule, I guess some things must carry over between each new Link. Oh! Hey! Excuse you! It's not nearly close enough. There we go. Staminoka bass? This Hyrule bass got to be the biggest fish by never getting caught, until now. Its long life results in a cooked dish that will restore a lot of stamina. Cool. Well, I want more fish. Also, I need my Cryonis. There we go. And... oh, that's not the right button. Yeah, there we go. Amber! Yeah, look at that sunset. So pretty. What's that over there? Huh. Well, ain't that something? We'll find out about that later. Though, we'll see it many times off in the distance. So, yeah. Does this thing move? Hello? Oh, I got an ancient screw from it, though. Alright, anyway, actually, I think I should stop. I'm really tired now. Finally. I was, like, super wired for a good minute there. Yeah. Link just got an ancient screw. Yes, he did. What a lucky boy. That's what you get for being over 100. Yeah. They never give you a direct age, by the way, for Link. But they do give... the game does give you an age, a direct age for Zelda. And that's 17? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Zelda is 17, obviously before the whole 100-year thing. So I can only assume that Link is also 17. So, making him 117. Also, pretty sure they chose 17 because that's a significant age. Because that was the age, you know, from Ocarina of Time. Older Link. He was 17. Anyway, whatever. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna actually sleep now.